Good morning, everyone. Today we're checking out the kill count from Dead Meat for Old from 2021. Let's hop in and see just how many people aged onto the count. Let's go.
Welcome to the Kill Count. Where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies and show you how they were made. I'm James H.
Great
Neese,
to
and
meet
today
you,
we're
James
looking
H.
at
Neese.
Old, released in 2021. Old is our first film on the Kill Count by M. Night Shyamalan. The Oscar-nominated
Hey.
writer-director became a household name with his horror classics The Sixth Sense and Signs.
Love
His
it.
movies often feature a twist, and it pretty
The signs are actually kind of confusing,
much became what he was known for better or worse.
What a twist!
As he continued making films, the reception became not great, with his live-action Avatar adaptation particularly despised. But over the past decade, Knight's been mounting a steady comeback with films like The Visit and Split. His most recent effort was last year's Knock at the Cabin, and his next film, Trap,
shit.
comes out today. I don't love all of his movies, but I'll defend Shyamalan more than most. He always puts out interesting and original work, and produces them himself under his company, Blinding Edge Pictures. Dude puts his
Love
own
it.
money on the line, and it often pays off. Most of his movies have been insanely profitable. Old follows a group of tourists who find themselves trapped on a beach. Not just any beach, though. It's the beach that makes you old. That leads to some predictably harrowing scenarios, especially for the younger characters.
Time warp. How? I don't know.
Old is loosely based on the
Okay, I do know how, but it just doesn't make any sense.
2011 French-language graphic novel Sandcastle. While it has a similar premise, Sandcastle is more of a meditation on aging and youth, with the sci-fi scenario a way for the characters to contend with their regrets and mortality. Old is not that. Old is a horror movie where people go crazy and kill each other. It's honestly
jeez.
kind of wackadoodle. Like many Shyamalan movies, Old is divisive, and I can see why people might not like it. The dialogue is
It's like some free Shavakadu up in this.
weird as hell, sometimes stilted to the point of confusion, other times way too on the nose as the characters talk about aging and time.
You're always thinking about the future.
You're always thinking about the past.
So much of it sounds unnatural, with obvious exposition, like everyone saying their names and occupations.
I'm Jaren. I'm a nurse.
I'm Patricia. I'm a psychologist.
But I think it serves a purpose.
Oh,
These people all
fine.
feel like points of view in a
robot.
simple story that might as well be a stage play. Hell, some of the shots even feel like they're panning across the stage, or otherwise capture the ensemble cast all at once, showing you what everyone's doing. I'm sure the comic is better or whatever, but I haven't read that, and sometimes I like watching something dumb. Old is that something
right.
dumb. I don't think it's good, but I do find it enjoyable. The cast is solid, and the beautiful locale and stylish visuals means you rarely get bored. Plus, even with a PG-13 rating, the movie has some truly disturbing deaths.
Dead
Will this
body.
bummer beach turn our...
Huh. Zoran?
Hello?
Zoran! Hey!
You are cordially invited to the beach that makes you young.
Wait,
Combat
what?
the wear and tear of aging with the ultimate miracle cure? Well, this can't possibly be real. But even if it was, there's beauty in aging. And for those little things I do want to control, I have clinically proven solutions, like today's sponsor, Keep. So do you just, like, not move or talk or anything?
Okay,
Hello?
why not?
Alright,
He's a statue.
I gotta get back to work. Sometimes I miss Zoran. Will this bummer beach turn our beach bums into moldy oldies? Let's find out and get to the kills.
Nice running though, James.
The movie begins with a title card. The beach that makes you title card. The Kappa family is headed to a high-end holiday spot on
that
a
a
tropical
called?
island. It's the Anna what resort? Jeez, ever hear of landscaping? Poor mailman
there you
gets
go.
lost every day.
Anamaki.
Anamika's the kind of place that has an itinerary for fun. So bougie, the guests are greeted with personalized cocktails when they arrive. The kids get drinks
Ooh.
too.
Look how big you guys are. We have a drink fountain for you two.
Yeah, the Fountain of Old. It'll make you old.
Wait, what?
Mother Priska is a
No,
museum curator, and
The
Father
beach
Guy
does
is an
that.
insurance actuary. That's a job where you constantly analyze risks, sometimes in bullshit ways. Let us skydive, Prudential! Guy's played by Gail Garcia Bernal, last seen on the Kill Count and Werewolf by Night. Their kids
Oh,
are
alright.
11-year-old daughter Maddox and overly precocious 6-year-old son Trent.
Her spontaneity has been stripped from her.
Nobody talks like
Okay.
that! Trent makes a fast friend with Idlib, the nephew of the resort's manager. Helps that they're
Hey.
both little twee weirdos. Weirdos?
I collect conch shells. I have
Weirdos.
42 conch shells. Amazing.
They all go to the beach, not the one that makes you old, where the boys collect
The regular
vital
beach.
information for later in the film.
Hi, I'm Trent. This is Idlip. What are your names and what do you do for a living?
I'm Greg Mitchell. I'm a cop.
The two grow so close,
Yeah, nice.
Idlib ends up sneaking Trent Longlegs letters. Ice cream eating contest tomorrow? Maddox has a harder time making friends, and she's not old enough to hang with the cool kids. Don't worry, Maddox, that won't be the case for long. It's not all
Oh, come
sunshine
on.
for the Kappas right now. While the parents genuinely love their kids, their marriage is hanging by a phantom thread. Priska intends on divorce.
Phantom Thread. That actually sounds like it'd be a pretty good horror movie. Like something about ghost spiders.
Divorcing Guy, with this trip as one last hurrah for their family. She's also dealing with an ovarian tumor, which she's decided to keep a secret from the kids. Seems like she's not the only one with health issues here. One lady has a seizure at breakfast. Oh shit, will somebody help her?
I'm a doctor.
Thank God. And by the way, have you met my friend
I'm a nurse.
You guys
Hey.
would both love my friend Larry!
I'm a doctor.
It's Lawrence. Lawrence Gordon. He's a doctor.
Calm them down from all this excitement, the resort manager offers a trip to their secret beach.
I only recommend it to certain guests.
On the shuttle bus there, they're joined by another family. Charles, that doctor who's a cardiac surgeon, and his young wife Crystal, who has a taste for waiters. Oh man, that poor guy is very uncomfortable. They're here with their 6-year-old daughter Kara and Charles's mother Agnes. The two families are bused to a remote part of the island by director M. Night Shyamalan in a cameo.
Hey.
It's a move he's pulled in most of his other films, with varying
you can always
degrees of
find 'em.
success.
I don't know who you are, but you did something to me.
He comes off a little
If you're watching an M. Night Shyamalan movie, you're gonna see M. Night Shyamalan.
odd here, but it works.
That's a lot of food.
Well, kids eat a lot of food. And you got 3 of them with you.
He leaves the guests with their kids and elders to hike the cargo across the jungle. What is this?
Good luck.
V-Ray, the Wrath of
God
Old?
bless.
After a short trek through a slot canyon, they step into the main event. The thing we've all been waiting for, folks. It's the beach that makes you old. Gotta love Old Beach. The beach is surrounded by imposing rock formations and currently occupied by a lonely dude. Charles is immediately suspicious of the fellow. Maybe because Crystal's already swapping out her sarong for a thong. But Maddox recognizes him as a guy named Midsize Sedan.
He's a rapper! More dough for the cooking?
British actor
Why-
Aaron Pierre.
Hold on, why would you choose that as like a rapper name? Mid-size sedan? That kind of stupid, man.
Wrote and performed a bit of More Dough for the Cooking, so it could appear earlier in the film.
We know the world only got 'em saying. That's more dough for the cooking.
Sedan's been here since this morning.
Huh,
He was
okay.
hanging out with a skinny dipping lady friend. Ooh, Shammy getting risque with the side boob and butt crack. Oh, scratch that! We've got full butt going on! Everyone settles in
Hey.
for a nice day at the beach. It's little moments like these where Shyamalan's directing shines, like this one-take game of freeze tag or the way the kids play with toys that correspond to their parents. Some things feel
Robot.
off about this beach though. The suspicious lack of fish, the suspicious presence of rusty cutlery, and the suspicious
Huh.
shining coming from the hills. Huh, is that a sniper?
Got people
Old
watching?
Hoarder's loot. While Trent is swimming by himself, he bumps into a waterlogged booby bobber. Wow, did this dead naked body just cough and flop into the water or something? She's revealed to be the skinny dipper who was with Midsize Sedan last night. What do you think about that, man?
Oh, damn.
As the group scrambles
Oh,
to figure
damn.
out what to do, they're joined by two
His
more
nose is
guests, Nurse
bleeding.
Jaren and his wife Patricia, a psychologist. Jaren's played by Ken Leung, last seen on the Kill Count in Saw and Red Dragon, while Patricia is
Hey.
played by Nikki Amuka Bird, who Knight would cast again in Knock at the Cabin. They're quickly
That
brought
is a
up to
great
speed,
movie.
but the bus that brought them here already left. And of course, there's no cell service on the beach. Jaren decides
damn
to
it.
hike back through the canyon
Okay.
to get help, but halfway through, he starts reacting like a video game character at the edge of a map. Then he blacks
Oh.
out and respawns
Damn it, who turned on the rubber banding?
on the beach.
You stumbled back out, you were holding your head, you look like you were in pain, babe.
Sedan, whose real name is Brendan, has a nosebleed. Charles thinks it has something to do with the naked woman's death. As the arguments get underway, Charles's mother Agnes starts having chest pains. A few minutes later, she dies. Actually,
Oh,
it
she
wasn't
gone.
even a few minutes. Charles left her for like a minute and then she was gone. I guess she was already old to begin with. With tensions rising,
Yep.
mid-sized Sedan makes a break for it. Charles chases after him like a stupid idiot. You can't outrun a car! Mid-pursuit, both of them react like Jaren did. They're sent
And
down
rubber
zooming into
banding
darkness
again.
and wake up on the beach. The adults decide to split up and try to find another exit, but all of them wind up resetting to the previous checkpoint. The only way out that might work is swimming, but yeah, not exactly still waters out there. And I don't see
Yeah,
a lifeguard
no.
on duty.
Who's gonna
Casting a
risk
beach
that?
to play the beach that makes you old was quite the process.
There couldn't be any trees. There couldn't be any life near there. It has to be desolate. Just beach and then a rock wall.
They scoured the
that's it?
whole world, eventually settling on the Playa El Valle beach in the Dominican Republic. It still
Oh, that's
needed an
good.
impressive rock face, so production designer Naaman Marshall started building one out of plaster, scaffolding, foam, paint, and sand. But then
Oh, I
a
wonder-
hurricane hit during rehearsals, so they had to
Damn it.
rebuild the whole thing further back from the water. It wound up being
Took
more
even
than
further
30
then.
feet high and
Took even
900
longer
feet
then.
wide, and was further expanded through digital effects courtesy of Cadence FX. During this involuntary staycation, Priska's been noticing something off about her kids. Now they look so different, she and Guy don't even recognize them. Yeah, we need a push-in for this reveal. Her kids are older now.
It's like,
thanks
whoa!
to the beach that makes you old. The same thing is happening to Kara. I like the way these children voice the thoughts they have with their newly developing brains.
My thoughts have more colors in them now. Yesterday I had a few colors, and they were really strong, and now I have more. And they're quieter.
What does that
The
mean?
adults are also aging. Charles attacks Brendan with a knife since he appears
Oh,
to be
jeez.
suffering from a worsening case of schizophrenia.
Listen, I don't know why I did that. I thought he was gonna hurt me. Sorry.
You're not forgiven?
Take the
Sharon
knife
tries
to
to
the guy.
tend to Brendan's wound, but no worries, dude. It's already a scar. In keeping with her profession, Patricia rounds everyone up to talk about their feelings.
We will make destructive decisions if we don't feel safe with each other.
Priska, for one, is feeling a little woozy here. Her supposedly
Oh,
benign
no.
tumor is now the size of a golf ball, and it seems to be getting bigger by the second. With time running out, or at least rushing forward, Jaren and Charles combine their medical powers to operate on Priska. Charles makes the first cut, but just like Brendan's wound, it heals shut before they can continue. Everyone works
Damn it.
together to pry the wound open with their hands. Gross. Allowing
Oh.
them to remove the tumor. Most of the operation is told, not shown, but
Thank
that's okay,
you.
since there is a money shot of the tumor at the end. The surgery is a success. Good news, Priska, you're alive. Bad news,
Oh, that
you're
was
still
close.
on the beach that makes you old. So Dan goes to check on his beach
I wonder
buddy,
how big that tumor actually became.
but her corpse is already a bastard skelly. Damn. Ha, you could say that again, Sedan.
Oh, he
I
does.
didn't mean literally. That's a process that
Well, he
should
did
take
it.
years, but it's only been a few hours. Jaren's the one who finally puts it all together.
Something is going on with time on this beach.
I mean, yeah, I'll trust him when it comes to
Yeah.
beaches that mess with time.
Time.
Oh, hey, he's a
Isn't
veteran
a
of
straight
Lost?
line for us
Hey.
anymore.
Based on their children, Priska estimates that everyone's aging about 1 year every half an hour. It's not as apparent in the adults, whose physical aging is much more gradual. Only the kids get the big jumps all at once, like how Trent is all of a sudden Alex Wolf. He and Kara have lost their baby teeth. They're now 15, and Kara's, oh my god, she's pregnant. They figure she's already 5
Oh,
months
shit.
into baby bacon. This toddler turned teenager is a ticking time bomb. Soon enough, it's infant o'clock. I love Guy trying to give the talk under these circumstances.
What you did is how babies are made.
I know, but I thought you had to do that 10 times or something.
Kara survives
Oh,
the
dear.
birth, but the effects of the island are too much for her baby, who dies in the span of a camera pan. It's
Ouch.
obviously a horrendous moment, but I will say the funniest line of the movie happens
That's
here.
terrible.
Things are moving too fast here for a baby to survive.
Literally spit out my fucking drink. The loss puts a damper on everyone's moods.
Maybe we should all talk about what just happened.
Not now, Pat. I'll
Oh, by the way, James, to kind of help you out, the cause of death for the baby would technically be starvation. Because it was born and there was no way for food to get into its system, it, well, immediately starved to death.
love Patricia, but she definitely sounds like your psych major friend in college.
Sorry.
Let's not shut down everyone's experience.
And yes, one of my majors was psych. Biopsych, though. Worst
Oh,
of all
hey.
is that their would-be Jack Shepard is instead getting pretty loony-toony. He's stabbing sand and throwing out angry fingers with a bandit. Before you know it, he shanks Brendan 11 times with his pocket knife.
Oh,
he kills that
jeez.
mid-sized sedan like the SUV boom. He's a regular Ford Explorer. Afterwards, they manage to get the knife away from him, but Charles has gone full Norman Bates.
Mom, I do feel overwhelmed.
Charles'
that guy
declining
away.
health was
Keep that guy away from the rusty cutlery over there.
based on Knight's own
Rusty knives.
experience watching his father develop dementia. It inspired a recurring fixation Charles has throughout the film.
Do you know that Jack Nicholson did a film with Marlon Brando?
Oh no.
That movie fact about
Okay.
1976's Missouri Breaks was also repeated by Knight's father. All of Shyamalan's movies are personal, but this one was especially so. The material resonated with him as he dealt with his parents and children all getting older. It made him realize how fast time moves.
If you can, for one moment in your
does move
freaking
pretty
life,
fast.
just be present. Just right there. It's so freeing. That's the goal of the movie.
Because of that, he turned this into a family production, with his middle daughter Ashana directing second unit.
And action!
Her feature debut, The Watchers, came out earlier this year. With bodies dropping
Nice.
by the minute, Jaren decides to brave the swim for help.
I was on the swim team. I'll make it.
Well, you
He's
know,
gonna
when they
drown.
note that Patricia hasn't had a seizure on the beach yet, Guy realizes each of their groups had someone with an illness. Priska had her tumor, Charles has schizophrenia, and Brendan mentioned having multiple sclerosis. Crystal also suffers
he doesn't
from
know
a
about
calcium
that now.
deficiency.
I'll have
Sorry.
a calcium bomb juice drink. I have a calcium deficiency. So is it really calcium rich or just a catchy name?
I don't know, lady, but please stop eye-fucking me. Sounds like this whole
Yeah, what's
thing is
those
some
eyes,
sort of
woman?
experiment set up and surveilled by the hotel. Yeah, I see you up there, asshole! The group realizes just how fucked they are as the movie continues over-explaining things.
They have a passport.
Please tell me that girl is not carrying around a dead baby. I understand emotional attachment and all, but for your own sake, go set it down by the bastard Skelly and try to forget it ever happened.
We could just disappear.
They sent us a special car to the airport. A plane.
They can make it look like we never left our house.
The script sometimes feels like it's written for internet nitpickers, like when they theorize that the aging effects are caused by the surrounding rocks, and that's why they're unable to leave without blacking out.
And us trying to leave is like swimming to the surface too fast after being deep in the ocean. Our bodies can't reacclimate.
We don't need everything
But hold on, if that was the case, couldn't you just go slow, like 5 steps, wait 5 minutes, 5 steps, and do that until you make it through?
Plain, just have a beach that makes you old.
Would that
Maddox
not be it?
confronts her mom about her planned divorce, and Priska admits to cheating on Guy after getting her diagnosis. She's super sorry about it now, though. Maddox heads into the water to process all of that, where she finds Jaren's body. He drowned before he
did.
made it to land. Aw, man, guess he can't survive all the islands he gets stuck on, Ken. Kara and Trent are also grieving, and not just for their Dust Bunny baby, but for the youthful
Whoa, okay, it's immediately turned to ash.
Carol laments her limited time as a little woman.
We never had a prom or a graduation. There's so many memories we didn't have.
Pretty profound for someone who was 6 a few hours ago. Oh shit, this movie's like a less naked Poor Things. Moments like this are when
I
the
don't get
movie
that.
dips its toes into the comic's existential themes. It never fully engages with those ideas, but if it did, it'd be more bleak and heavier. I kinda like how it's not ruminative at all. It's a stupid
What does
thriller
that mean?
sometimes feels like a stage play. It's fine. Shyamalan filmed the movie like a stage play too. He didn't bother with coverage, instead rehearsing and filming takes until he was happy with what he got.
It was almost like theater, because I'm making it structured.
That's why the long tracking shots don't necessarily capture whoever's talking or whatever's happening. Just like time, the camera is indifferent to these characters. It's going to keep moving regardless.
That movement would represent time. So time's moving whether you're having an epiphany or you're crying or you figured it out. It's just gonna move like this, and whether you have that epiphany on camera, whatever.
While Trent buries their
Man,
baby,
that's
Kara
clever.
decides to scale the rocks to freedom. Barefoot, no less.
Oops,
Sharp
she gonna
objects
die.
be damned. Halfway into the climb, it actually looks like she might make it, but the beach's effects cause her to lose consciousness on the cliff. As the Kappas watch, Kara takes an Adastupal plunge. Her impact is censored by the rocks below. Gotta keep that PG-13 rating. The death goes unnoticed by her parents,
gone.
since Charles is still in timeout and Crystal is melting or something.
I need my calcium. Krista? Krista, stay with us! Don't look at me!
She's not doing great. This shot of Crystal
No,
references
she
the
isn't.
hooded ghost in the 1968 Japanese film Kuroneko. Other influences included Australian New Wave films like Walkabout and Picnic at Hanging Rock. Patricia's trying to mount her own escape with a homemade raft of floaties. Before she can try,
ain't gonna
she's
walk.
taken down by a poorly timed seizure. Damn, man, they're really dropping like
Ooh,
flies at this
she
point.
gone.
Oh, hey, this beach probably wouldn't have any flies. That's pretty good. The Kappas begin feeling the effects of their rage. Guy's losing his vision quickly, and Priska
Crap.
realizes she's going deaf. As they wait for nightfall, Guy reveals he knew about Priska's affair, but was too afraid to confront her about it. She apologizes, and the two reconcile.
There's no place I want to be but with you.
Yeah, but like, probably somewhere else physically, right?
I want to be
Yeah.
here.
On the beach that makes you old? Trent and Maddox search the belongings of the previous guests for clues. They find a notebook that belonged to an amateur sci-fi writer. He wrote down what was happening and the names and addresses of the people with him. This might be a reference to Henry Lascarai, a sci-fi author character from the comic. That night, Priska and Guy find themselves a little bit of heaven on the beach. Only thing they're missing is a pair of rocking chairs. Unfortunately, a blurry shape is coming to ruin their peace.
What?
Charles has found his knife and uses
Oh.
it to attack the married couple. And yeah, their wounds might be healing right away, but I'm sure all this slicing and dicing still stings. Cut it out, dick!
Yeah,
Guy tries to
also
fight back
good.
with pocket sand! Oh, sorry, that wasn't from his pocket. It was from the beach that makes you old. Priska gets away so she can warn Trent and Maddox. The
close,
kids
it's
hide
good
in the
enough.
nearby caves and discover an unstable crystal. She skulked here to hide her rapidly aging appearance.
I don't want to be seen!
And it's not just
Stop
about
throwing
appearances.
shit.
Without her calcium, she's got brittle bones. They break,
Oh.
but due to the island's effects, her injuries start healing all wrong. She ends up twisting and turning herself into a tizzy until her bones are more more twisted than a Juggalo show. This
Oh,
human
God,
pretzeling
that's
is one of
fucked
the
up.
most painful, bloodless deaths I've ever seen. Well done. Back on the beach, Charles is still carving away at Guy when Priska shows up and counteracts with old cutlery.
It's rust.
The rust.
It acts like poison when it gets into your bloodstream.
The tetanus makes quick work of
Oh.
Charles, spreading through his body and leaving him looking like a bruised banana. Nasty. This rusty dusting was achieved using full-body prosthetics
Oh.
made by Tony Gardner's company, Alterian Inc. Alterian also handled the special effects makeup for the aging of the adult characters. Obviously, a lot of work went into it, but it maybe ends up being too subtle for me to notice, especially in contrast to the giant jumps when a new actor takes over a character. The Kappas emerge as the last family standing, earning them a quiet moment to enjoy the view. Sorry, Guy. In a sweet scene, Maddox sings a song for her mother, fulfilling a request she made earlier in the film.
You have such a beautiful voice. I can't wait to hear it when you're older.
That song, titled Remain, was written by Knight's oldest daughter, Salika, who recorded a fully produced
That's
version that
nice.
plays over the end credits.
Like the highest form of like praise and approval that you could get from a father, just to have him even want or even think to include us in this.
Salika will play a bigger
Oh,
role
yeah.
in Trap as Lady Raven, the pop star character central to the story. As the family
Hey,
watches
that's
the
actually kinda
waves,
cool.
Guy peacefully passes away from old age.
Aw.
Priska shortly follows in his footsteps. Pretty sad, but far from a bad way to go, considering the circumstances. I'd rather be
Hey, at least they made it up before the passing.
surrounded by loved ones than, turned into a pretzel. By the time the sun
Ugh.
rises on a new dawn, the kids are well on the way to their twilight years. That means we get another new pair of actors for them. Adult Maddox is played by the enchanting M. Beth Davids, last seen on the kill count as Sheila in Army of Darkness. The middle
Hey,
actor
that's
in
a classic.
Maddox's pantheon of performers was Thomasin McKenzie, who starred in Last Night at Soho. Adult Trent is played by Eamon Elliott, who appeared on the count in Prometheus. His teenage self was played by Alex Wolff, star of Hereditary. Agnes's
Classic,
actress Kathleen
classic.
Chalfant also appeared uncredited in that film as Toni Collette's scary ghost mom. Production cast the teenage
Hey.
versions of the characters first, then cast the older and younger versions based on those actors. To prepare for a role that spanned several years internally, Wolf went back and watched videos of himself at younger intervals and tried to track the differences.
So I was going through and looking at videos of myself as 6 and looking at myself at videos when I was 11 and seeing the difference.
He also did research into child psychology, but opted not to collaborate with the other Trent actors. In contrast, Mackenzie spent a lot of time with her character's other actors to match their energy. Trent and Maddox decide to
That's
enjoy
good.
the time they have left
I
and build
think.
a sandcastle together. As long as they're playing around, Trent also deciphers a coded letter Idlib gave him. Definitely should have done that earlier, since it contains a clue to their means of escape. My uncle doesn't like the coral? The siblings swim out to the coral
Bum,
reef
bum,
and discover an underwater escape tunnel. They swim through it, but Maddox gets caught on a piece of coral. The siblings seemingly drown together. The whole thing is witnessed by that man in the
It'll drown.
mountains who's, oh shit, M. Night Shyamalan! What a twist! No, really. I genuinely was not expecting to see his character again. The driver is actually
lot
a
of people don't.
researcher who collects his findings and heads back to a secret compound. It's a testing facility owned by a pharmaceutical company named Warren & Warren. Guy mentioned them at the beginning of the movie.
We love this pharmaceutical company at work.
Warren and Warren.
We're considering asking our clients to use Warren and Warren drugs as a way to lower their insurance rates.
God, this movie's dialogue is so fucking weird. Turns out Warren and
It
Warren
kinda
have been
is.
using this beach to conduct long-term studies on their medicine, which are delivered to the guests in those custom cocktails.
Oh.
Custom drugs. Although, should you be mixing those with alcohol? The beach allows them to get a lifetime's worth of data in just a day. And despite the chaos we witnessed,
Damn,
this
that's
most recent
clever.
trial was a success. While Patricia
I mean, it's clever, but it's also highly fucked up.
eventually died from a seizure, her medicine kept her epilepsy free for the equivalent of 16 years. They toast to Patricia's memory and say they can't wait to share this medicine with the world. They don't mention how much they'll sell it for. I know it's another Shyamalan twist, but I honestly love this reveal. Anyone who studied medicine or other sciences knows how frustrating it is to not know long-term effects. With nature providing this opportunity, of course a pharmaceutical company would act unethically to get these kinds of results. The staff resets and prepares for the next trial.
I wonder, because if they went with animals, they would not be able to actually see the result. Okay, never mind. I just answered my own question before I even asked it.
Dr.
My
Death welcomes
apologies.
a new group of guests to the resort, but their cocktails get intercepted by Trent and Maddox. They're alive! The flashback shows heroes, they survive their swim through the coral tunnel after finding pockets of air. Trent proves his identity by giving Idlib his coded message back. And to take down this big bad corporation, they turn to Greg Mitchell. Remember him?
I'm Greg Mitchell. I'm a cop.
Since
Hey,
that journal they
Greg.
found is full of names and addresses of a bunch of missing people, the police act in record time and swarm the resort. The kids, or adults now, even get a helicopter escort out of there. The movie ends as
Just say the siblings.
the siblings are flown back home, probably to live with some very confused relatives. How many unlucky tourists were buried beneath the sands of time? Let's find out and get to the numbers. Oh,
Looks
what's
like it was
that?
maybe 8.
Oh, score! It's a quarter! Why does my everything hurt?
Damn it,
11
James.
people died on the beach that makes you old, with 4 male victims, 6 female victims, and 1 newborn of unknown gender. That gives us this age-old pie chart, which has
11.
more red than blue. Again, we've been seeing that more often lately. Huh. With a runtime of 108 minutes, Old had a kill on average every 9.82 minutes. I'll give the Golden Chainsaw for coolest kill to Crystal. It's a uniquely disturbing death
Oh, yeah,
that can
no,
only
no
happen in the
doubt.
confines of this movie. Plus, it's not every day that a PG-13 kill is worthy of a prime rib nomination. The All Machete for Lamest kill will go to Jaren, since it sucks that such a nice guy died off screen. And that's
Yeah,
it. Old was
that's a
released in
shame.
2021 and made way more than its budget. But like I said, Shyamalan does that a lot. Until next week, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count.
Next kill count.
Come on down.
Alright, everyone, let's see what's going to be on next week's kill count.
Do you need a medical supply? Because if you need it, we got it. Need a full-size skeleton? We got it. How about a split dog?
Oh, we got a lot of
okay.
orders for split dog. That's really rad.
It sure is, and we got them too. But you seem like a discerning customer, looking for something special.
What's that?
How about
What
a
is this?
trioxin tank with a genuine dead body inside?
Come
Well,
on, you're
okay.
shitting me, right?
I am not, and pardon your French. Just be gentle with it, or you could start a brand new zombie franchise. Return of the Living Dead is a punk rock horror comedy from Night of the Living Dead co-creator John Russo. It is very, very different from the Romero film.
He changed all the facts around.
For one, these zombies are damn near invincible.
I thought you said if we destroyed the brain and die. It worked in the movie!
It worked in the movie.
Oh, also, yeah, these zombies can talk. They even know how to
Wait,
order
what?
delivery. This week, experience an 80s cult classic filled with gratuitous language,
Oh, fudge!
gratuitous nudity,
Oh.
Some fucking respect for the dead, will ya?
and gratuitous pants cutting off.
Woo! What the?
Still cutting them there.
Damn, that's taking a long time.
Almost done cutting them. There
He
you
is
go.
now.
Then on Friday, try not to lose your head.
Oh,
Watch the
jeez.
Kill Count. Only on Dead Meat.
Well, all I can...
Ever
Hold on.
wondered about all the different ways of dying?
Well, yeah, but that's because it's my job.
Okay, well, all I can say is this. What the absolute hell? Well, screw it. That's all I can actually say about this. Alright, everyone, well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And remember to return next week when we hop into the kill count for Return of the Living Dead. Till then, this is Fox, signing out. Peace.